The Silent Cartographer is a map that I've been thinking quite a lot recently when trying to think about level design for my platformer. It starts off with a fight sequence, as you can see here. But once it finishes, you're given a warthog, and you technically can go anywhere you choose. Like, there's just no barriers on this map, just open water with no islands around. So you're basically left to your own devices to explore and maybe get to where you want. But if you wanted to just go off the beaten path and just try to find the edge of the map in the water, you absolutely can. They're not gonna stop you from doing so. And I think that's one of the things of like old game design, or at least, you know, old game level design, that like we're so used to there being invisible walls, or, well, not invisible walls, but sort of like a warning of like, oh, you're leaving the objective area, or there's some mines or something like that. But here, well, you can lose your warthog in the water, or you can even just go around the island like it's nothing. You can take your sweet time, just taking in the views. And yeah, I think that's quite a nice part about this map to me. Now, there is actually an invisible wall way at the edge of the map, but at that point, when you reach it, it's like you were asking for it. I'm honestly kind of shocked that this warthog still works, even though it's like submerged in water. But yeah, like, nothing stops you from just going this way. You can just keep going, and like you don't even like really see anything there, but you just keep going and going. Nothing will eat you, nothing will kill you. And wow, that is quite deep water here. I did not expect this to be this deep. Oh yeah, there's that invisible wall. I'm honestly surprised it's like this close to the island, but you know, you weren't really gonna go this way anyway, so since you got to that part with the wall there, like, I feel like that's on you at this point. Also, that fog effect, it's kind of fascinating. I was trying to look into how it works, but this is like the best way for me to see it and what it does. It's quite fascinating how it works. I wanna like actually properly figure it out eventually, how it works, but yeah. I love it when games let you get lost and just let you explore the map that you've been put in. And like, even though the areas are empty, like, it still feels fun to just relax and take in whatever views there are. Like, yeah, that looks quite neat. Oh yeah, that's where we started. Neat. So anyway, there's two ways you can go in Silent Cartographer. There's of course the like if you go around the map, you would definitely like quickly find the part where there's a structure, and that's where the game will continue. But you can also just like keep driving and find this path that takes you deeper into the island. And I don't remember if it's any different. Oh, you definitely can't take a warthog there, so I will be on my own from there. You know, I gotta fuck around and find out. And by the way, when I talk about getting lost, I mean like not in open world games, because that's kind of a given there. That like there's gonna be empty spaces. But I mean getting lost in games that typically take you along a path. Games that like have a sort of predetermined layout. But there's still that kind of freedom in Silent Cartographer that like you're not being told by the waypoint where to go, and depending on your choices you might end up in a different place than the main path of the game would have taken you to. And I think that's quite interesting. Any Austin's videos also have kind of like reignited my fascination for the empty spaces in games, or like spaces that aren't really considered hero spaces, like you would say. Like when everything looks so, you know, high quality and so on. Like games that can have like very high quality looking spaces, but like because they're like applied everywhere, that high level of quality is applied to everywhere, it's not really that special when you find an empty spot. The older games were allowed to be not as consistent. That's where this kind of stuff like really speaks to me, where yeah, there's just a place that hasn't really received that much attention from the designers and artists, and yet they still let you go there. And I think that's worth having in games. Because like one of my favorite memories is like a memory of playing Rayman 2 and admiring all the vistas that he had. And I just like kept on wondering what could be on the other end, like what could be out in that world. And even though like they didn't let me go there, I still, you know, wondered what could be there. And like that was before I knew anything about game development, so I thought the worlds were like so much fuller than they actually were. It actually wasn't really until I downloaded UDK, which was the Unreal Engine 3 developer kit sort of thing, and like I saw that like, oh, they only have stuff in the game world that's like directly relevant to the player, and maybe like there will be some floating assets for the backgrounds, and like it just fascinated me how like the game designers and level designers and artists could have made the world feel so alive, and it was just really fascinating to me, you know? But also, having found that out, yeah, I guess a little bit of that magic was lost there, but honestly, It's fine. I love exploring areas in games and just like finding all the various things that there are in the level. That's a lot of over shields there. I don't think I've ever been this way. Whoa. Yeah, I really don't think I've ever been this way. Oh my god. I've always went the other way when playing this map. The first way that you discover when you just go on forward. But I didn't expect. I just thought that this part ended at that earlier part, but no, it just keeps going, and honestly, pretty neat to be discovering something new. I haven't really played much of Halo 1, I'll admit, but yeah, I can see why people talk very positively about this map. Oh wow.
Somewhere else on this island.
Whoa.
Shut the system down so the Covenant won't be able to lock us out.
Oh, so that's how you do it. Okay.
We should now have access to the main facility. Let's find the map room.
I see. I see. Oh, it's quiet.
Mayday! Mayday! Dropship Bravo 22 taking enemy fire! Repeat, we are under heavy fire and are losing altitude! Understood. We're on our way.
Cast it. Oh. Oh no, I did not expect quite. I did not expect this stealthy, guys.
Chief, Bravo 22 was bringing us some heavy weapons. After I saw we were up against hunters, I thought you could use them. Let's move down the beach. Keep an eye out for any cargo we can salvage.
I don't think this was here before, was it? Well, I guess I better find a way down. Ow, that's a lot of health. Oh, good thing they still got some weaponry in here. Yeah. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. I like the pistol too much. Oh well. Hello friends, I'm back. Okay. Yeah. Let's fucking go.
The Covenant are putting up a real fight. The cartographer must be here. Our analysis indicates that the map room should be at the bottom floor of this facility. Let's keep going inside.
Yeah, so usually the door gets locked here, and I didn't know that there was a way to open it like that. Honestly, so good. Just kick that rock into the abyss. And I wonder how it looks in the remaster. Wait. Okay. Well, I got morbidly curious about how this area looks in the remaster, and I forgot how different of a vibe it is. Oh my god. In the original, just like these very sporadic lights versus the What the fuck is this lit hell? Like, no shade to the people that worked on the remaster and all, but I really prefer the original vibe. Where is the map? Ah, shit. No, 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 no. Ah, dang it. One thing that I was looking at recently is I was looking at the rendering of Halo 1 in RenderDoc, and this was the era where there wasn't really much in the way of programmable shaders, and like Halo 1 does actually make use of some of this programmable shader stuff, but the way that they actually do certain stuff, like the normal maps and bumps, it's quite fascinating, especially combining it with the baked lighting of the game. Like, I found out that the world is essentially drawn in a few passes. Like, there's the first pass that is just the light map, and then there's the diffuse pass, and that just gets sort of multiplied on top of the scene color. I found out that there were like a few more passes. Like, okay, the second pass, like first pass is the lighting, second pass is the color textures, third pass is the fog, and then fourth and fifth passes are something related to the fog. All I managed to figure out is the fog pass uses the alpha from this frame buffer to determine where to apply the fog, and it then uses that information to blend the fog pass itself, which is a very interesting. It's the kind of stuff that you would have sampled the depth buffers for, but no, they just don't do that, and instead just use what's already been drawn to the screen. It's a very clever way of just using the existing data. And I guess at the time, the cost to redraw something again just to put that information into the alpha buffer, alpha channel of the buffer, was more feasible than having a full screen pass read from the depth buffer. I am all out of ammo. Wait, no, I still have pistol ammo. Cool, that's what I needed. I was just here, wasn't I? Whoops. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, damn. I am all out of ammo, and that's what I did not want. Oh no. Oh no! That is such a faraway checkpoint. Oh shit. Okay. Neither time it is. You served me with a rocket launcher, but I don't think I'll need you. Can I just say I love those crystals on the needler? Like there's like, I guess there's like two kinds of things going on here. The first thing is a mesh that gives those crystals the shape, and then you've got what I imagine is either another mesh or some kind of particle effect. It is obviously animated. I'm honestly kind of surprised by how sort of high poly the model is looking. Also, I love the reflections on it. Maybe one of those passes is the reflection pass. This is a very tough escape. Okay, this should help me at least a little bit. Isn't it kind of wild? There's like, I'm just realizing this about Halo 1. All of like your military power on the Halo is just the survivors from the Pillar of Autumn. So you're basically fighting with like the last remnants of humanity, at least on this specific place. Somehow they have enough manpower and enough Warthog to give you the kind of assistance and transport that you need. And yet, yeah, you're still very much fighting to survive.
Cortana to Echo 419. The Chief and I are topside, requesting pickup.
Roger, on my way.
Let's get moving. Bowhammer, here are coordinates and a flight plan I've worked up.
Cortana, these coordinates are underground.
The Covenant did a thorough seismic scan, and my analysis shows that Halo is honeycombed with deep tunnels, which circle the whole ring.
I hope your analysis is on the money, Cortana. This Pelican won't turn on a dime.
Look on the bright side, Bowhammer. The last thing the Covenant will expect is an aerial insertion from underground.
Yeah, that was the Silent Cartographer. Still a pretty fun level, honestly.